Have you ever thought the biggest nuisance to the planet may be us humans? Have you ever taken time to think about how the trash you just threw on the ground could harm an innocent animal? Well, if you have yet to ask yourself about either of those, today is the day to start. As humans, not all of us think about the consequences animals are facing due to our failure to recycle and throw things in the trash. The consequences these innocent animals are facing due to our failure to properly dispose of waste range from suffering and even result in the death of the animal. For example, when you throw a cigarette butt on the ground, remember that small mammals like squirrels and rabbits think it is food and they eat them. They cannot digest cigarette butts, so while they feel like they are full, they are actually starving and end up dying from starvation. That is just one of the cruel situations animals go through because of our lack of care, and it surely doesn't stop there. When we leave trash on the ground, there is also a huge issue with animals getting debris wrapped around them. This is a threat to animals because they are not always able to free themselves from being tangled up by the debris. If they are not able to free themselves, they can either end up growing with it around them, leaving them with an uncomfortable life, or even end up dying depending on the circumstance in which they are tangled. It is amazing how many animals' lives we could spare if we threw just one piece of trash away each. Instead of being inconsiderate and throwing your trash where you stand. This is something to keep in mind because pollution doesn't just affect animals on land, the creatures of the sea are also at risk. When we fail to dispose of our trash properly, not only do we affect the animals that live on the land, we also have a negative effect on the animals that live in creeks, rivers, lakes, and oceans. The causes of water pollution come from trash being blown from land into waterways, commercial ships dumping waste into the ocean, and acid rain when the chemicals from burning of fossil fuels mix with water in the atmosphere. All of these factors can prove to be fatal for marine environments and for marine life itself. I came across something I thought to be significant while talking about water pollution on worldwildlife.org. According to this scholarly source, when acid rain reaches waterways, this toxic liquid can draw out toxic aluminum from the soil, which can stress fish out or flat out kill them depending on the concentration of the aluminum. I found this to be very devastating for our ecosystem. We as people are slowly killing off the wildlife that play huge roles in our ecosystem and keep our world running the right way. Most Americans are unsure of what ways in which animals help us, and if they knew more, I think they would take stronger action to protect them. Without animals, there won't be us, and cutting back on pollution would be a great start. The message of this speech is not to force you to throw your trash away, but to inform you on what happens when you don't. If pollution continues at the rate it's going, there will soon be a loss of many species that we need to maintain the ecosystem. I hope you have taken something positive from this speech, and I hope it motivates you to throw your trash away for the sake of these innocent animals.